Millennials and Gen Zs get a tough rap for being terrible spenders.
We're here to tell you how to save money while still eating smashed avo.
Save your money with Mikey and Joe.
Tip number 1. Save money on petrol by using these two websites. The first one is ACCC. It's like a petrol cycles website, specifically in Australia, and you can see the petrol cycles within your state, and it shows you when petrol's going up and when petrol prices are starting to go down, and it'll give you tips.
Even if you're not in Australia, I guarantee your country has an equivalent that just shows you a map of all the petrol prices around in town. It's always worth going and saving a little bit, especially nowadays, yeah.
It's really great, and it also gives you tips on when to spend, or if it thinks you could hold on a little bit longer, you should, and it tells you to do so. The second one is Petrol Spy, a similar thing that should be worldwide as well. You look up your suburb or where you're in currently in that suburb, and it'll tell you all the petrol stations around, and it'll give you, as accurate it can, a live read of the prices of that fuel.
Tip 2, put 20% away. Every time money hits your account, calculate 20% and put it in a secret account.
Yeah.
And like, it does look like a chunk of your money is just disappearing, but that's your rainy day fund.
Yeah.
That's what you can fall on if catastrophe strikes.
Yeah, and to add to that as well, most banking apps have the ability to open up different savings accounts, I believe free of charge.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, so you can have a groceries account, you can have a holiday spend, you can have a daily spend, you can also have your rent. I have all of those. That's my bank account. I should just give you my details.
So much easier to touch everything and spend money when it's all lumped into the one place.
Absolutely, and then lose track of your finances. It's easy financial literacy that really changed my life from a young 20-year-old to now being in my mid-20s. I'd recommend it highly. Tip 3. Shop at Aldi. I didn't shop at Aldi for the longest time as a renter moving out of home. My family didn't shop at Aldi, and I truthfully looked at my family members that did shop at Aldi and I thought, poor alert. And I own that now. What a wanker I was.
Yeah.
Aldi's a game changer. The food quality is not worse at all. It's fantastic. And I save so much money.
Yeah, it was only when we did our Woolworths versus Aldi price comparison that I realized, oh my God, I could be saving like $20 a week goes a long way. 20,
Absolutely.
30, $40 a week added up over a year. That's a lot of money. Tip 4. Make a list of how much money you need to live. So I'm saying you need to know how much rent you're paying, how much you spend on food, recreation, transport. If you do business, you need to know how much you're spending in a week to then know how much you need to work in a week and make that dollar figure and exceed it even, because you want to be making...
You want to be in the green for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And that's on top of putting 20% away if you follow that tip too.
And be realistic with it too. I remember trying to do this when I was younger and I thought, yeah, I probably don't spend that much on food a week. So I put in some foolish budget of $50 and every week I'd exceed it and I'd be confused. Try use a reference point from a past week of spending that was your ordinary week.
And you may find you need to lower some of these expenses to more match up with the amount you're earning, because some people don't realize that they're spending a lot of money on food. And especially if you're on a casual basis, you need to make sure that you're working enough days to make the minimum spend for your week. And then just save some to live like a human being.
20s aren't a time to be cash flushed.
Yeah.
But just having enough to get by that's okay. We've been through it. We're going through it still.
Instead of buying 2 vinyls a week, you might need to buy 1 vinyl a week.
Or none, Joel. Maybe work it out, Buster. Tip 5. Eat dinner out. Occasionally. By all means, go out, drink with your mates, and get food. It is some of the best parts about being in your 20s. Absolutely. All I'll say is make it a calendar event. Make it a treat. When you go to do that thing, it's in the calendar. You're looking forward to it. So when you get to do it, it's magical, and you've saved up enough money that you can do it properly. You can get dessert as well as a drink instead of kind of half-assing and just getting a burger with no fries.
Yeah.
Make it an enjoyable experience because you deserve it. We all deserve to have good times in our 20s and not just be absolutely slaving away for the dollars. Make it a fun time.
And there are ways to do it if you have friends that want to do it every single week. There's no shame in just sitting in a cafe and just getting a coffee instead of a $32 big breakfast.
I will say it is hard in the Australian culture to not go out with people that are drinking and not drink. I understand that there's a lot of people, because I've been through it myself, that say,
Oh, you're not drinking? Oh, a bit soft, mate.
And to that, I say get new friends.
Get new friends. I've been out sober so many times this year and it's been so much fun, and I get to drive home. It's sick. Tip 6. put 3 months of rent away. If you haven't already, especially as a renter, put 3 months away before you spend on anything inessential, I would say.
Or work your way to getting to that 3 month saving.
Yeah,
by
that should be the
oversaving.
first saving goal you have if you're starting from rock bottom.
Yeah, I think that absolutely takes priority over holiday savings, over personal leisure time savings. It's not just for you and your peace of mind, which is super important, but it's also for your housemates. Being late on rent isn't fair to anybody else.
No, and it affects everybody.
So if that means going through some tough months where you really are scrounging a little bit, that's got to be the case. Because I think it's so damn important.
Yeah, and once you have those 3 months of rent, it's like a layer of security. Like if we're doing a tough month, at least you know you're still going to be able to live in your home for 3 months. Like you have those savings there.
Yeah.
So I reckon it's just such a comforting, important thing to have.
Do yourself that favor of setting it as a goal. You might not have money to immediately slap into that account, and that makes so much sense. But try and work towards it as much as you can. It really has saved me so much financial insecurity.
100%. And hey, that's been our 6 tips.
I hope you've enjoyed them, and I hope you can leave some in the comments below.
Please let us know. We're still learning.
6 is merely a scratch of the surface, but we hope you find them helpful. We'll leave links down below for anything we've spoken about. Until then,
Thanks for watching. Make sure you tell someone you love them today.
bye.
Bye.